to welcome you to the third regular quarterly consultative meeting for this year. Let me also welcome the chairman of political parties who may be attending this meeting for the first time. You may recall that our first meeting for the year was held on Tuesday, 19th March 2024, while the second took place 2 months ago, on Monday, 13th May 2024. You may also recall that the last meeting focused mainly on the forthcoming Edo State and Ondo State governorship elections. Today, we will furthermore brief you not only on these forthcoming elections, but also on by-elections that occurred since our last meeting. It is now 53 days to the Edo State governorship election, coming up on Saturday, 21st September 2024. Our preparations are going on in earnest. I'm glad to report that we have recovered from the torrential rainfall that resulted in the severe flooding of our state headquarters in Benin City 2 months ago. The damage to the physical infrastructure has been fixed. Vehicles have been repaired, while other movable and immovable facilities have been serviced, refurbished, or are being gradually replaced. We have delivered additional bimodal voter accreditation system machines to Edo State for the training of election duty personnel, as well as contingency for election day support. We have since published the final list of candidates, but we are once again sharing the list with party leaders at this meeting in view of the recent court order mandating the Commission to replace the running mate of the candidate of the Labour Party. The amended list is already published on our website. Following the conclusion of the continuous voter registration, the display of the register for claims and objections by citizens, and further data cleanup using the automated biometric identification system, the ABIS, the final register for the 2024 governorship elections in Edo and Ondo states are being finalized. Before the end of this week, the Commission will publish the final figures of new voters in the two states, as well as their distribution by gender, age, occupation, and disability. Thereafter, the timetable for the collection of uncollected PVCs from previous registration and new registrants from the latest CVR will be published. The Commission is aware that going by the timetable and schedule of activities, the register of voters will be published not later than 30 days before the date fixed for the election. We wish to reassure the chairmen of political parties that each party fielding candidates in the forthcoming governorship election in Edo State will receive the soft copy of the register on 20th August 2024, while that of Ondo State will take place on the 15th of October 2024. As the Edo State governorship election approaches, I wish to remind leaders of political parties of your obligation to submit the list of your agents by uploading the required information, including photographs, to the dedicated portal. This requirement is listed as item 9 on the timetable and schedule of activities for the election released by the Commission nearly a year ago on 26 September 2023. As of yesterday, Saturday, 28 July 2024, 14 political parties have uploaded the details of 38,354 polling agents and 819 collation agents for the Edo State governorship election. 3 parties are yet to upload a single polling agent, while 5 parties have not uploaded a single agent for ward, local government, or state collation centers. The deadline is tomorrow, Tuesday, 30th July 2024, when the portal automatically shuts down at midnight. I urge you to ensure that you meet the deadline so that the Commission can produce the accreditation tags and deliver them to you for distribution to your agents in good time. Campaign by political parties and candidates is in full swing in both Edo and Ondo states. This is the time for party leaders to demonstrate compliance with the Commission's regulations and guidelines for political parties 2022, especially the aspect dealing with rallies, processions, and campaigns already available on our website. As a reminder, however, hard copies of the document have been included in your folders for this meeting. The campaign period has often been characterized by acrimony and tension. Sadly, it is also a period of verbal abuse and fiscal confrontation among parties, candidates, and their supporters. The Commission finds the recent event in Edo State, resulting in the death of a security personnel, worrisome. Happily, there has been no incident known to the Commission since then. Nevertheless, the Commission will meet with the security agencies under the aegis of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security, and the meeting has been scheduled for Friday this week. I want to assure you that security in Edo and Ondo will be a major issue for discussion at the meeting. We are as concerned about the safety of your candidates, agents, and supporters as we are about the security of our own officials, observers, journalists, service providers, and above all, the voters. Turning to the issue of by-elections, you may recall that at our last meeting, I informed you of the existence of vacancies in 4 states, involving 3 state constituencies and 1 federal constituency. Since then, 2 more vacancies have been declared by the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, following the death of members representing Ibadan North Federal Constituency of Oyo State and the Chukun Kajuru Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. The Commission will soon announce the dates for the by-elections. Once again, I welcome you to this meeting. I thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much.
We must continue to water and nurture the democracy tree into maturity to yield its fruit to citizens and redirect the nation to the path of prosperity and greatness. For the Edo and Ondo governorship election, the die is cast. There is no substitute for credible election to restore electoral integrity and mass participation. So on behalf of the leaders of political parties, I wish to commend the leadership of INEC for organizing quarterly consultative meeting, which provides the Commission and political parties the opportunity to discuss, to strategize, and chart the way forward for sustainable democracy in Nigeria. We must express faith and unalloyed commitment in the democratic process and make it work. As a major stakeholder in the political process, IPAC is unwavering in the quest for electoral integrity, sanctity of the ballot, and respect to the will and mandate of the people, political stability and well-being of Nigeria. After 25 years of unbroken democracy, citizens expect and deserve abundant dividends of democracy from government at all levels to assuage their sufferings. IPAC feels the pain of fellow compatriots and has been in touch with relevant authorities with a view to ameliorate the hardship in the land. This is why we must continue to water and nurture the democracy tree into maturity to yield its fruit to citizens and redirect the nation to the path of prosperity and greatness. This requires citizens' active participation in the democratic process. It also means all government at all levels must be held accountable as power resides with the people. In this regard, IPAC commends the recent financial autonomy granted to the 774 local governments in Nigeria following the landmark judgment of the Supreme Court. It will go a long way in transforming the nation and providing basic social amenities to citizens at the third tier of government. To further deepen democracy at the grassroots level, IPAC demands the immediate scrapping of State Independent Electoral Commission. The charade called election, the conduct, is an aberration, a dent and mockery of our emerging democracy, and a waste of taxpayers' money that ought to have been channeled to developmental projects. The CX do not have voters registered, they do not have beavers, they do not have IRF portals or ballot boxes, they do not have trained personnel to conduct credible elections. The polls they pretend to conduct contribute to voters' apathy and distrust in the electoral process. To restore confidence in the electoral system, INEC should be empowered to conduct all local government elections. Politics is local. Citizens must be encouraged to actively participate in the grassroots politics and contribute in nation building, in building a better society. In this vein, IPAC called for the amendment of the Constitution and the Electoral Act to empower INEC to conduct all local government polls. Council rejects the proposed bill by the Senate to create the so-called Local Government Independent Electoral Commission, bearing in mind that it will be another SIEC in disguise. It is unacceptable, it is ill-conceived, another electoral jamboree that will impede the nation's democracy and waste public funds at a time when citizens demand a smaller government to reduce the cost of governance at all levels. Addressing the Senate and the House of Representatives Joint Committee on Electoral Matters last week, the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood, said the Commission had the capacity to conduct all local government elections as it did for FCT area councils, generally adjudged to be free, fair, and without rancor. So IPAC supports this and urge the National Assembly to amend the relevant electoral laws to accommodate this. So for the Edo state election, governorship election, the die is cast. There is no substitute to free, fair, credible, transparent, inclusive, and peaceful polls. The success of this election, along with Ondo, will go a long way in restoring trust in the democratic process, essential for enduring representative government. Flawed elections that produce incompetent leaders are the remote cause of economic stagnation, political upheavals, socio-economic disharmony in the polity, as the imposed leaders seek personal interest in place of national interest. Once we get our elections right and credible leaders emerge, there will be drastic reduction in elections, petition, and litigation afterwards. Leaders will be focused and provide needed dividends of democracy that will assuage the hunger and anger in the land. INEC will concentrate on its sectoral duties. It will no longer dissipate energy and resources on flurry of litigations and distractions. On our part, we will continue with joint responsibility of voters' education, and with INEC continued support, we will be in Edo and Ondo states to enlighten the stakeholders to ensure peaceful elections. IPAC is committed to sanitizing the democratic process for successful elections and political stability. There cannot be development without political stability and trust in government. So as the umbrella body of all registered political parties in Nigeria, IPAC urges citizens to close ranks. Let us imbibe issue-based campaigns and participate in making our elections transparent and accept the will of the people as expressed in their votes. The era of do-or-die politics and vote trading is over. As INEC continues to improve on its various technologies that will enhance electoral integrity, Nigeria will gain its past glory as the great arsenal of democracy in Africa. To achieve this, IPAC strongly advocates for the establishment of the Electoral Offences Commission to prosecute electoral offenders to serve as deterrent to others who may want to do the part of dishonor. Nigerians want to see an impressive turnout in the September 2024 Edo governorship election. It is a collective responsibility of all stakeholders. No sacrifice is too big for us to pay in strengthening, in deepening, and consolidating the nation's democracy. In realizing this, IPAC will lead from the front, banking on INEC support as usual. That is why we are here. Together we will restore electoral trust and integrity, deepen our democracy, and make Nigeria great once again. Thank you all.